Yo, what's up guys? Boogle here, and here is one of the more anticipated little cat guides. Of course, it is little flying. This is a fairly simple level. Once you know what to do, it can be tricky if you do not have the right units, so keep that in mind. There are some units you will need for this, and if you don't have some of those units, it can be covered with the sniper cat power up. But here we are with the lineup we have. Of course, what we got going on here is a research up combo. This is a very nice combo to have for this level, and a very key one to have as well. And as you can see, we're using True Form Archer. It's actually a very clutch unit in this stage, and you'll see why. A Bahamut is a very key unit as well. Little Eraser also. Make sure you have it decently leveled for this. It can take a hit from Rain D, and that is super important. Other units we have is for the, of course, the one horn, and we have our crowd control unit, which is Witch. You can use anything else, like you could try Healer as well, but we're using True Form Witch. Just make sure you have a red crowd control unit, except for knockback. You don't want units that knock back, so any red, slower, or freezer is very nice to have. And if you don't have True Form Witch, you can go the RNG route and bring Gentleman Bros. Other unit we have is, of course, Swordsman, and this is our main source of DPS against the one horn. E-Duelist can shred him in a matter of seconds, so don't need it high leveled at all. Level 30 True Form works, and you can also use True Form Thor. That is a very nice unit to use. It acts as a very tanky staller in this level. Can also get hits on the little flying if it is high enough level. And here we have Cyborg just for Rain D chip damage. And of course, to finish it off, you have Dr. Cat. And this is the main source of crowd control against little flying. If you do not have Dr. Cat, you will absolutely need to bring a Sniper Cat power up. And if you do leave that spot empty because you do not have Dr. Cat, you can use something like Ramen, or bring something extra for DPS against Rain Ds, or anything else that will help you out in the level. Do bring it. Ramen is a nice choice, and there's lots of other combos you can use in this level, like knockback up combos, freeze up combos even, but we're using the simple research combo way. You can also use a defense up combo if you really want to abuse Ramen and Thorcat. But that about does it for the main lineup. Let's hop into the guide. Now the strategy here is similar to Manic Flying in a way. It's just more strict this time, since there are some pesky units like the Albro if you don't handle it correctly, and of course the annoying Rain D as well. Don't need any power-ups for this level if you're using Dr. Cat. If you don't have Doctor, like I said before, you're gonna need to bring a Sniper the Cat power-up, so keep that in mind. Rich does help a lot in the beginning here, but you do not need it. As you can see in the beginning, we're just stalling to get our money a little bit up there so we can get prepared for the first big peon wave. And since we have the chance right now, what we're going to do is use a Bahamut to wipe out the first Rain D completely. Then we'll be able to get a hit or two on the little flying. So if you are able to do that, then it'll be a lot of chip damage. Every chip damage counts. This level is very, very lengthy. It can take from anywhere to 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on your cat levels. But you just gotta make sure you get as much chip damage as possible. So when the one horn comes out, he's gonna come out, and a little bit after, Albro is gonna come out. Then of course the Rain D cycle is the same every single time, and this is the whole cycle that comes around every single time as well. So what you want to do is, the correct way to do this is not to kill the one horn too quickly. What you want to do is stack up a couple Cators and Cyborgs first on the one horn. Then once you have enough and you're ready to kill the one horn, then go for the kill. Because once you have like 3 Cators stacked up and a bunch of Cyborgs, it will be able to completely wipe out the Albro without any issue at all. and maybe even the Randy. So you should be just left with the little flying or just with a singular Randy. Then you could just cyborg chip, or I recommend just Bahamuting the Randy out the way. Then once that happens, little flying should be alone. This is where you gotta time in your Dr. Cats correctly to get the nice knockback on the little flying. And if you time your Dr. Cats perfectly, you should be able to get a max of 2 hits per Dr. Cat. It is a little bit of RNG, but you will eventually knock back the little flying, so it isn't too bad. But if you want to go the safer route, you can just bring Sniper the Cat power up and you'll be safe there. But here we go with the enemy cycle again. As you can see, we're not spawning as much swordsmen or e-duelists this time as before. We're stacking up our cyborgs, we're stacking up our Cators, and waiting for our Bahamut to charge up again. Then once you're ready, take out the one horn, and there we go. Look at all of our stacked cyborgs getting multiple hits on Randy. Bam, Albro is dead. Just Randy alone again, and you can either cyborg cycle the Randy out, but the recommended way is just Bahamuting the Randy out of the way. Then you have a clear path to just cycle Dr. Cats and repeat the process over and over again. Now if you mess up your Bahamut and you aren't able to get at least 1 hit on little flying every time you do this cycle, there is a way to slowly chip down little flying in this time frame. It is sending Cators with the Dr. Cats during this time period. It is a very small amount of damage, but over time that damage will add up very quickly. So during the time period where little flying is isolated and alone, and when you're cycling your Dr. Cats to knock back little flying, also send out the occasional Cator, time it in right so it's able to get a hit or two, and that damage will add up very quickly, decreasing the time you have to spend on this level greatly. Now if you're doing this level the other way and you're not using Dr. Cat but you're using Sniper power up, what you're gonna have to do is just cycle your very tanky stallers like Ramen or Thor Cat to just slowly chip down little flying during that time period instead of the Cator chip. But you can do that with the mass staller spam as well, so lots of things you can do here. But Bahamut is really the way to go. If you are able to perfectly cycle your Bahamuts for the Randy every time it comes around, Bahamut will be able to get multiple hits on little flying, and that is very massive chip damage and does cut down the time on this level very low. This recording was only 20 minutes because our Bahamut cycles were very nice in this level, so having good Bahamut cycles on the Randies is very key. And another very key on getting those Bahamut cycles perfect is stacking up cyborgs during the one horn, and those cyborgs will chip down the Randy enough to where Bahamut could 1 or 2 shot it, so Bahamut won't be in risk of taking damage from Randy, and there you have your perfect Bahamut cycle. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the strategy for this guide. You just want to repeat that process a bunch of times and eventually little flying will finally go down. This level can be a pain because of its length. It is a very lengthy level, so keep that in mind once going into this level. It may take over 20 minutes sometimes, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, drop a like if this guide helped you out, subscribe if you're new, join the #Boogle gang. Limited Discord invite in the description below. That's it guys, it's been John Boogle, and see ya.